And isn't it amazing, all these top performing countries in the world that score so high on the PISA, and they can show that they can actually solve these problems, and they're just not robots in a desk, but they're actually being able to solve it. Isn't it amazing that rote learning that I see, the major problem that I see in your system is that you work too much emphasis academically, where the U.S. is on the other side. You're over here on the spectrum. You're like getting ready to explode. Your heads, right? Because you are pushing the limits. Your teacher has visited some nice schools. So there are some of those schools that are somewhat rigorous, but I can tell you that most aren't in the U.S. They really aren't. And they're way over here on the other end of the spectrum, where many kids do absolutely no homework. There's almost not such a thing as a hagwon. I mean, it almost doesn't exist. And most kids just play or go watch television or do nothing. This is, I would say, more of the normal. Yes, some kids are involved in organized sports, but it's only a minority. Only in the minority. And you know, the other thing that I see that's so different than American schools is your physical. You guys are, for the most, you're thin. At my school, about 50% of the kids are obese.
Obese, fat.
Fat. So it's, you know, they kind of walk like this, really. and you know, if I didn't laugh, I'd almost cry, right? Because it's a state of health. It's not only a state of health physically, but it's a state of health mentally. So you have two double negatives here. And we know the physical affects the mental, and the mental affects... So look at this. So here's how the kids line up. They all don't plow in it. And they let the 12th graders go first. Then after 15 minutes, the 11th graders go. And then after that, the 10th graders get to come in. It's kind of like an honor system. The kids that are leaving, they work the hardest, so they figure they deserve more. A little bit more respect. See there, grab the rice here. As much as they want to eat, they can get. This is kind of like a cabbage dish. Not sure, what is this here? It's like a vegetable?
Kind of a seaweed.
Oh, a seaweed. And then this is more vegetables. Look at this. They have octopus. Very, very healthy. Incredibly good. I've never seen this.
Cucumber and squid.
Cucumber and squid.
And
they get potatoes. This is for their soup. It's like a soup.
not soup.
Yeah. And then they can come over here.
Stew.
A stew. And then look at this. They would get a soup here. So the kids here, this is typical in Korea. The kids are, in my opinion, eating restaurant quality food, super high nutritious, much different than the food that you would see in United States schools. And very, very healthy. And by the looks of the kids, you can see that it's very, very difficult to find even an overweight student here. Come on over here. It's very difficult to find an overweight student here, let alone an obese student. Look at this. So here it is. These are all the 12th graders coming in. The kids, look at this. The kids do eat their food. They eat their vegetables. They're eating their food, they eat their vegetables. They don't throw it away. And then, by the way, one other thing, the kids only take what they want. So they're not given something. If they don't want something, they don't take it. Where in the U.S., the kids are forced to take the vegetables, and many of the vegetables end up in the garbage can, and the apples get thrown away. Teachers really do eat here, and you can see why, because the food's great. Restaurant quality. So again, here's the meal that I'm getting ready to eat, and the rice, and the squid, and the vegetables, and the cabbage, and the soup. And everybody eats the same, and you get all you want to eat. And most of the teachers really do eat here. And you can see why, because the food's great. Restaurant quality.